Hi friends, welcome to Mr. Kane Storytime. It is Friday, June the 12th, 2020. And I'm so glad that you're here today joining me. It's pretty loud outside of my apartment, as you can obviously hear. But these things happen. It's what happens in big cities, unfortunately. But I just want you all to know that Miss Maureen and I would love nothing more than for all of us to be together in our classroom, sharing stories, persevering through challenges, cooperating and creating and building together. But you know what? This is the next best thing. And we've been doing this for almost 3 months. And I think that all told, that I think I've recorded nearly 70 story times. It's a lot of stories. I have a lot of books that I love to share. Reading is just one of the things that I love so much, and I'm so glad that you're able to join me and share in that love of reading. Let's get started. Today, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're all together again, we're here, we're here. We're all together again, we're here, we're here. And who knows when we'll be all together again. Well, it's Friday, which means it's the weekend, so we won't see each other on Saturday or Sunday, but we'll be back together on Monday, and I hope you can join me. Plus, we get to see each other each day at 11 a.m. on Google Meet for Circle Not Circle, which reminds me, get your guided reading videos in and get your sharesies in today so I can post them on the dojo. We're all together again, we're here, we're here. All right, well, we know it's the weekend, and it's my favorite day of the week, so does everybody know what it is? Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Friday is here. Everybody cheer. Today is Friday. All day long. All right, let's get started with our book for today. Go Show the World. A celebration of Indigenous heroes by Wab Kinew. Pictures by Joe Morse. And June is Indigenous History Month, which is an opportunity for us to learn about the incredible contributions of the Indigenous people into all of our lives. And I hope that you get an opportunity to check out some incredible books. I have shared one already by Monique Gray Hart, who is an amazing author. And I will have a few more stories before we wrap up Mr. Kane Storytime for this school year, before we all go on vacation. But I hope that you go and check out all the incredible resources that are available online to further our understanding about the experience of being Indigenous in our country and the challenges that Indigenous people have encountered because of colonialism. And colonialism is a pretty big word. It's a word that involves a lot of oppression towards the Indigenous communities and all of the people. And they are the first people of this land. We are the visitors. We are living on stolen land that belongs to the Indigenous people and their culture. And we have to be very mindful of that. And we have to think about retribution. And it's important that our politicians do work to improve the relationships that they have with the Indigenous community, as well as us. We have a responsibility as well. So check out and investigate and learn and understand the experiences of Indigenous people in this country. And today I want to share with you some really incredible Indigenous people who have contributed to history of Canada, as well as the US, so North America. Now I'm going to remove the cover. As you can see, it reveals the same artwork. Go Show the World. There's a power in these lands, one that's been here for many, many years, strong enough to make you stand and forget all your fears. It started in the past with a blast of light and thunder. Ancient ones looked up and behold the sky with wonder. I would like to thank Dylan and Carter for sharing this book with me. Hi, Dylan and Carter. Under starry nights, West Sakagawi led Lewis and Clark so America could spread. Plus, she healed them when they were almost dead. The men got the credit, but shouldn't she have instead? Sacagawea. Apologies for the mispronunciation of that. Sacagawea. Before he made the big leads or won Olympic gold, little Jim Thorpe ran all the time, I'm told. His twin died at residential school, leaving Jim alone. All he knew to do was run, so ran the whole way home. Finally, his dad said, "Jim, don't run away. No matter how far you run, brother's gone to stay. It might be tough now, but you will be something. Before you leave, my son, I want to tell you something. You're a person who matters. Yes, it's true. Now go show the world what a person who matters can do." Residential schools are a horrible, horrible reminder of how colonialism and racism have impacted Indigenous communities in North America, and how devastating and brutal the treatment of Indigenous children were. Many of you remember Phyllis's orange shirt. We talked about residential schools and the children being taken away from their families. So do a little research online, go onto the Google, and learn a little bit more about those terrible situations that those children experienced and those families that experienced. Sue La Flèche Picotte pushed doors till they let her in. They may have called her too dark or even too feminine, but she kept working hard even as they mocked her, till she earned a name that stuck, and now they call her Doctor. In a foster home, Beatrice's heart, Rain Free, wrote a book about her life and called it April, Rain Tree. You need to stand strong, be Pega Magabo, who fought for freedom abroad and right here at home. When you feel tired, remember Tiwazi clear. She walked a sad trail, but she shed no tear. Carried sweat rocks the whole way so that culture could live. When they asked her why she did what she did, she simply said, "You are people who matter. Yes, it's true. Now go show the world what people who matter can do." These, a few of my heroes, may be now your heroes too. Let's look ahead at our lives, think of what we want to do. Maybe be a doctor or a movie star, it might happen. Maybe we do both like our friend Evan Adams. We're like John Harrington in Space No Wait Mars. We're like Carey Price standing tall against a charge. Like Wanique Horn-Miller, hurt but kept right on. Become captain of our country, our spirits too strong. Tecumseh said, "Perfect your life, make it serve the people." Crazy Horse lived free, his spirit like an eagle. Neknokwa was a woman like most, a true warrior, strong and independent, fierce as any man before her. Remember, always do right. These are water protectors. Try to be positive if you ever do wrong. Make it up and please forgive. All paths are open to you. The brave, you take a stand. Wherever you go, these words echo through the land. Do you know what a water protector is? Do you know why we have people protecting water on Indigenous land? Because of large corporations that end up poisoning the water, that impact the communities that live there, that don't honor the treaty rights of those Indigenous people. That's why they're a treaty. That's why there are water protectors. And we have to stand with them, and we have to demand justice. We are people who matter, yes, it's true. Now let's show the world what people who matter can do. And that is Go Show the World, a celebration of Indigenous heroes by Wab Kinew. Thank you to Dylan and Carter again for sharing that book with me. And I also want to acknowledge that Hannah in my class shared this book with us last fall when she first started JK. And we read this story, but I wanted to revisit it because I think it's important that we celebrate the history of the Indigenous people in North America. We have so much more to learn. And on that note, my friends, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I'm so glad that you joined me all week this week. Have a wonderful weekend with your families, and we'll be back at Circle Not Circle on Monday at 11 a.m. at Google Meet. And then, of course, Mr. Kane Storytime at 2:30 in the afternoon. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.